Okay, so here's the next lesson on derivatives of natural logarithms. So the general rule, which is up here in blue, is if f of x equals the natural log of x, then f prime of x equals 1 over x. So I guess we'll just dive into some examples. Okay, so if f of x equals 2 natural log of x, then f prime of x equals 2 is just a constant, so similarly to all the other ones we've been doing, use multiply out. And then natural log of x equals 1 over x, so times 1 over x. So you can simplify that to 2 over x. For the next problem, the natural log of 2x. So what you do here is, this is not considered a constant in the same way that this is. So you do 1 divided by 2x. And then also, this is just kind of a sneak peek of what we'll be doing in the next lesson, something called the chain rule. That's when you have a function inside of a function. So alright, sorry about that. So it's a sneak peek of the next lesson of chain rules. It's if you have a function inside of a function. So function, we'll just call it function A, is the natural log of the inside. The inside here, we'll call it function B, is then, so B equals function 2. So this is B. So it's a function inside of a function. So what you do with that is you take the natural log like we did before, but then you multiply it by the derivative of the inside function. So the derivative of 2x is just 2. So you get 2 over 2x, cancel those, so you get 1 over x. So that's just kind of a sneak peek of what we'll be doing in the next lesson more in depth. But basically the chain rule is a function. If you have a function inside of a function, you take the derivative of the outside times the derivative of the inside. Okay, so to move on and continue with the derivatives of natural logs, the final one. So this is, I think I might have misspoke in the previous video. I was calling something a polynomial when it wasn't. What I meant was it's similar to what you do with the derivative of a polynomial. But in this case, so we have the first one here, it's the natural log of x, so that's just 1 over x minus 1. Okay, so this can be rewritten as x to the negative 1. Because remember, if you have a negative exponent, you just put it in the denominator. So that is the equivalent of 1 over x. So now you just treat this as a power property, and you get minus negative 1, because you drop down the n, x to the negative 1 minus 1. So you get 1 over x. That turns into a plus x. So a negative minus a negative 1 minus a negative 1 is a negative 2. So you get 1 over x plus 1 over x squared. So in the next lesson, we'll be